Peg's leg, silky foot prosthetic for everyday movement. This is our client Peg. Peg is a silky rooster. Peg unfortunately only has one foot. We were tasked with creating a prosthetic to help Peg move day to day. During our research for this project of creating a prosthetic for Peg, we found that the useful information documentation about different standards and prosthetics for avian birds was extremely limited and minimal. While researching, our team used various databases such as the UW Library database, Google Scholar, and many other websites that we found using Google, such as one that was dedicated to avian prosthetics. During our research, we discovered that silkies actually have 5 to 6 toes rather than the 3 to 4 found on most chickens. We wanted to reflect this in our design for our prosthetic. During the design process, our teams used various criteria such as comfort, environment navigation, ease of use, adjustability, safety, and cost of materials to help guide our design. We had brainstormed different ideas based off of these main criteria so that we were able to create designs that would be easy for Peg to use, would be comfortable so we could avoid any more abrasion or discomfort on that already sensitive leg. We also wanted to create a design that was easy for whoever is taking care of Peg to adjust and clean to keep that safety at a high level for Peg. After we determined what design we were going to use to print for our 3D prosthetic, we needed to determine our material. We decided on thermoplastic polyurethane, or TPU. We decided on this because of its flexible nature and abrasion-resistant capabilities. We liked that it had this abrasion-resistant capability because it meant to us that we would be able to give a product to Peg that would last long and not break down due to abrasion from different surfaces such as concrete, rocks, wood, or grass, or whatever Peg is walking on day to day. After our design was printed, we then got to work on assembling the prosthetic, which meant we had to create a 2-part silicone which would go within the prosthetics basin to help alleviate any abrasion or discomfort that might come to Peg from that hard plastic. We wanted to use this preliminary design to not only test whether or not that material is going to do well for Peg in terms of the TPU, but also how to create that silicone efficiently and if it would stay within the prosthetic and not get displaced. After our product was completed, we then wanted to complete some tests on it to see whether or not the material is what we wanted to use. We did this through some drop testing, seen here, where we dropped it from various heights to see if the material would ship. We then also did flexibility testings to see how much the material would flex, whether it's upward, downward, side to side. Our team then made slight adjustments to our design, such as making it more angled for ease of use for Peg, as well as making the basin a little bit smaller so it doesn't move around as much. And we determined that the TPU filament was correct for what we wanted. After we determined that our materials were correct and our sizing was now correct, we could go on to the fabrication of our final product. After our final product was 3D printed, we then added in the silicone into that basin as well as attached the Velcro to the top. We wanted to test this out on Peg now to see if it was comfortable while wearing and that it fit well. When we tested the prosthetic on Peg, we noticed that he had some discomfort to where the Velcro was placed. We wanted to alleviate this discomfort, so we took the prosthetic back to the makerspace and adjusted where the Velcro laid in the prosthetic so that we could alleviate that discomfort. Now that the Velcro had been adjusted, we are ready to give the final product to Peg and see if it truly was comfortable and easy for him to use. While we got the prosthetic on Peg, we noticed that it was just visibly more comfortable for him and fit very well. Though it was a little foreign at first for Peg, he eventually got more comfortable and warmed up to the idea of having this new prosthetic on his leg. Even so that he was able to eat some insects out of some rocks on the ground. We hope that this prosthetic works for Peg and helps him move around day to day.